Hey there, what's up guys? This is Ellie and welcome back to a Let's Play of Eagle Eye Mysteries. Today with Jennifer, we will be solving the case of the cryptic cavern. Let's go! Alright, and a little backstory on our case. Eagle Eye Detective Agency, Jennifer here. Jennifer, listen, something mysterious is going on. Mr. Duffy found a strange warning in an old sealed-up cave on his farm. A cave? I never knew there was a cave on Farmer Duffy's property. Hardly anyone does. It's been locked up for years. But someone left a warning inside. Farmer Duffy wants you guys to help investigate. Thanks, Nancy. We'll head on over to the farm now. If you recall in an earlier episode, the farms was revealed to be built on some sort of mine shaft system. Off to Duffy's barn. Look, there's Farmer Duffy. He's been waiting for us, and over there, it looks like that's the entrance to the cave. Alright, let's see what he needs of us. Hi kids, thanks for coming over. We've got a mystery on our hands. Someone is trying to scare people away from the cave here on my farm. I open the gate every once in a while just to make sure everything's okay. When I did today, I found a strange warning note. I left it alone. It's still in the cave. I can't imagine why anyone would make such a fuss over this cave. The locked gate has covered the entrance since they stopped mining here about 50 years ago. Two other people have keys. Dr. Knox, he's a spelunker, a cave explorer, and Mr. Arnold. I bought the farm from Mr. Arnold about 10 years ago. Please do what you can to explain what's going on. Someone is up to something on my property and I don't know what it is. That's not right. Farmer Duffy is a big man and he wears blue denim work coveralls. He has big work boots on. So this must be the cave in question. Let's check it out. Here's the key to the cave gate, but you have to stay near the entrance. Without special lights and breathing equipment, it might be dangerous deeper inside. No problem, Mr. Duffy. We know that poisonous and explosive gases can collect underground. Some caves have chasms inside them where you could fall if you're not careful. It's only safe to go exploring caves if you have the right equipment. And if you're with an adult who knows the cave layout well, someone outside needs to know where you are and when you'll be coming back. Look, Ellie, there are footprints here. The ones on top were made by big heavy boots. They stop just outside the cave gate and then walk away. The gate is tightly locked. There are openings up above the gate, but they are too small for any person to squeeze through. I'll open the gate. Look at that! A note is attached to a gardening tool, a trowel stuck in the ground. On a small piece of paper is a crudely drawn picture of a human skull. Smells funny in here. Ellie, look, there are tracks inside the gate. Looks like they were made by someone wearing shoes with smooth soles. There are bats in this cave. They make that funny fertilizer smell. I guess they fly in and out through those openings above the gate. Bat guano. So after they get a case, they'll start wandering through town, figuring out what's going on. Quarter time video arcade. Why are we here? Oh yes, we'll probably want to see if anyone nearby spotted any funny business going down on the farm. Mark Moriarty and Alex Hayne. They've lived in Richview all their lives. Maybe they know something about Farmer Duffy's cave. Hey, you guys, lend me a quarter, will you? I gotta practice my aim on sharp shot. Not this time, Mark. Spend your own allowance. I already did. I thought I could grow exotic vegetables and sell them for a fortune, but they all died. So, what are you guys up to? We're investigating a mysterious drawing found in the cave on Duffy's farm. You know anything about it? No, sounds kinda weird. Sure you can't spare a quarter? Mark Moriarty is wearing high-top basketball shoes. His shoes have basketball-shaped patterns on the soles. How about you, Alex? Hey, Alex, do you know anything about the cave on Farmer Duffy's farm? Didn't the army used to have a secret base there once? I heard they used it as a bomb shelter. Farmer Duffy told us someone left a message in there recently, meaning keep out. Farmer Duffy probably put the message there himself to scare kids away. He's chased Mark off his farm a bunch of times. Never seems to catch him though. Ta-da. To the Richview Historical Society. I imagine that they do more grunt work, so they're probably like traveling up and down the entire town, and these are the only points of interest. Maybe we can learn about the history of Duffy's farm from Mr. and Mrs. Arnold. That's only Mr. Arnold, unless he's both of them. Mr. Arnold, what do you know about the cave on Duffy's farm? Not much. I'm claustrophobic, you see, so I never went in there. Mrs. Arnold did, back when we owned that farm. Do you still have a key to the cave gate? Yes, I do. Actually, Mrs. Arnold has it. I never gave that key to anyone else. Mr. Arnold is wearing moccasins with smooth bottoms. Those are very nice moccasins you're wearing, Mr. Arnold. Why, thank you. Mrs. Arnold has a pair just like them. She wears them all the time. Where is Mrs. Arnold? She's not here right now. She's off to a wildlife club meeting in Mount Vernon. She's also going to buy me a new trowel. I seem to have misplaced my old one. Here's an old newspaper article about Duffy's farm. About 50 years ago, the farm's owner blasted out the cave entrance so he could use the bed droppings called guano for fertilizer. When the guano was all gone, they sealed up the entrance and no one has used the cave since. That doesn't make sense, like bat guano is from the bats, so if bats are there, the guano will eventually refill itself. So why would they need to seal up the cave? Right, let's travel on. To the Egyptian Theater. Wonder what's going on here today. A bunch of people are using the theater for a meeting. Dr. Knox, the dentist, is here. So are Sergeant Morrow and Kathy Bragg. Mr. Starr is here too. Looks like he thinks the whole thing is pretty strange. Mr. Starr. Hi Jennifer, hi Ellie. Don't tell me you two are joining this crazy club. Probably not. Why do you think it's crazy? Crawling around in caves sounds crazy to me. It's cold and damp and dark in there. Some people say the same thing about your theater. Very funny. At least the only scary things in my theater are up on the screen. I think spelunking is crazy, but I let the cave crawlers meet here in my theater. It takes all kinds to make a world. There was a real argument at the last meeting. Mrs. Arnold is a member of a wildlife club, and she asked the club to stop climbing in caves with bats in them. She said they would drive the bats away. She was very upset. Hello, Ellie. Hello, Jennifer. Say, are either of you claustrophobic? Gee, I don't know, Sergeant Morrow. What's that? Claustrophobia is the fear of dark and closed spaces. You know, like being afraid of being in an elevator when the power goes out. It's pretty common. If you're claustrophobic, cave exploring isn't a good hobby to choose. Do you know anything about the cave on Farmer Duffy's property? Not much. It's not a great cave as caves go. There aren't any big stalactites, the sharp spikes that come down from the ceilings of some caves, or stalagmites either. Hello, Ellie. Hello, Jennifer. You interested in exploring caves? That's what the cave crawlers do. Maybe can kids join the cave crawlers? Sure, I'm a member. So was Mark Moriarty for a while, but he dropped out a month ago. He had hard time following the rules. You guys ever explore the cave on Farmer Duffy's property? I never have, but the club was planning to go there this month, despite the bats. Why would the bats stop you? Do they attack? No, silly, you've been watching too many vampire movies. Some people think the bats should be left alone. Many of them are endangered species, you know. Healthy bats are harmless to people. The only time to stay away from a bat is if it looks sick or behaves strangely, since they can catch rabies, the same deadly disease that can affect dogs, cats, raccoons, squirrels, and skunks. Pair of eagle-eyed detectives. Welcome to the monthly meeting of the Richview cave crawlers. I'm the Grand Pangendrum, the president of the Spelunking Club. Are you two interested in joining? For a moment, I totally read that word another way. Maybe, Dr. Knox. What's it all about? Spelunking is exploring caves. It's exciting, it's fun, it's dirty, and it's only slightly dangerous. Do you know anything about the cave on Farmer Duffy's land? Oh yes, there's an old mine entrance on Duffy's farm. It's locked, but Farmer Duffy gave us a key to the gate. As club president, I keep the key. Dr. Knox is wearing dirty climbing shoes with a zigzag pattern on the soles. Okay. To the public library. I guess you're going to research on either the cave itself or the inhabitants of the cave. Maybe some information on caves can help us figure out who put the cryptic sign in Farmer Duffy's cave. Mrs. Garcia. Hello, Jennifer. I'm sorry to say we're still waiting for the books on fingerprinting you requested. Never mind about those right now, Mrs. Garcia. We're interested in caves. Yes, caves are fascinating. Because they are hard to find and hard to climb around in, things in caves are rarely disturbed. That's why bats often live there. Have fun! This book on caves shows some pretty spectacular scenes. And it says if ancient people lived in a cave, they often left paintings or other artifacts behind. People who explore caves are called spelunkers. They use headlamps, ropes, and other safety equipment when exploring underground caverns. There's a chapter on bats. Many species live in caves. They come out at night and use sonar to find catch and eat bugs in midair. Pretty wild. It says you can often find the cave entrance just by watching for bats. They come out in a big cloud at dusk, hunt insects all night, and then return to their home cave at dawn. Many species of bat are threatened or endangered. The book recommends that you leave bats alone so we don't disturb their natural patterns of eating and sleeping. Finally, let's check out this last location, which is Mark Moriarty's fort. I think we might be breaking in now. No one's here. I wonder what Mark is trying to do with that planter's box. Why would he want to grow flowers inside a fort? And there's nothing growing here now. It looks like a flower bed, but nothing's growing in it. No wonder, it's much too dark in here to raise flowers. Is that all the information we're going to get? Let's try to solve this case. We're ready to decrypt the cave mystery. Which 5 clues do you think best point out the person who put the mysterious message in the cave? Well, looking at the evidence purely, we need this clue because of the digging tool. That's part of this clue. Okay, this clue is indicating that someone made the tracks in the cave wearing completely smooth soles. So, since Mrs. Arnold has the key and she wears smooth soles, she is probably the most likely suspect in this. And what motive does she have for putting up the sign? She asked the cave crawlers to stop exploring in caves with bats in them. Those clues seem on track, all right. Now point out who you think left that warning message in Farmer Duffy's cave. Mark doesn't have the right shoes. Dr. Knox has a key, but he doesn't have the correct pair of shoes. Farmer Duffy has bigger feet and wears boots. Mr. Arnold could have done it, I guess, but he has misplaced his trowel. Actually, he could have done it. But most of the clues point to Mrs. Arnold, who happens to be out for some reason, but let's just choose her. You're right. Mrs. Arnold left a strange warning in the cave, and you can show how and why. Let's check the evidence. Farmer Duffy was right. Someone was trying to scare people away from the cave on his farm. But what secret was the culprit trying to protect? Dr. Knox and the cavern crawlers were planning to explore the cave soon. You guessed correctly. The message was meant for them. Mr. Starr mentioned that Mrs. Arnold, a member of a wildlife club, had lectured the cave crawlers about disturbing bats. We saw bats in the cave, so we know Mrs. Arnold would not want to see the cave crawlers in there. Mr. Arnold told us she had his key to the cave gate. He also mentioned that she wore smooth-soled moccasins and that the trowel in his tool shed was missing. You remembered that we found both moccasin footprints and a trowel in the cave with the note. Mrs. Arnold had to be the one responsible for leaving the cryptic note in Duffy's cavern. As I said, the culprit could have also been Mr. Arnold, but he lacked more motive as relative to Mrs. Arnold. Look at this. Looks like all of Richview is learning how important bats are to our environment. Yeah, when Ellie solved the mystery of the note at Duffy's farm, it got everyone interested in how bats control dangerous insects. This time, Richview helped everyone in Richview. This case belongs in our scrapbook. Cave crawlers vow to protect Richview's bats. The cave crawlers, Richview's own spelunking club, passed a club law protecting bats at their meeting last Thursday after Ellie correctly decoded a mysterious message left in a cave on Duffy's farm. Mrs. Arnold confessed to leaving the skull and crossbones note in the cave. She said, "I couldn't figure out any other way to stop the cave crawlers from climbing in the cave and disturbing the bats. We got the message thanks to Ellie," Club President Dr. Denton Knox declared. Bats are valuable animals. They eat thousands of mosquitoes in Richview every night. We decided they need the peace and quiet, and from now on we'll find uninhabited caves to explore. Right, and that wraps up our case. Do feel free to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. Every little bit helps and is very much appreciated. Right, thanks guys for watching. I'll see you guys in the next video. And as usual, this is Ellie signing out.